Zerber, Ralph Phillips here. All right, big question. Everybody wants to know. Baker Mayfield hurt. Guy's not scrambling at all. At all. All right? 0 scramble attempts in 3 games. 0 yardage and 0 rush yardage in 3 games. Off-target throws. Is he hurt? We gonna answer that question. I ain't gonna do it right away, though. That'd be silly, wouldn't it? Actually, I am going to answer it pretty quick here. But watch the whole offense, all 22, and some interesting things. One, I was wrong. I was completely 100% wrong. I said in my instant reaction, in my rant, that this was a very vanilla and conservative offense. And I've been saying that. You know, it seems like for the past month, we've just not been doing anything. Now, the Saints game and the Detroit game, yes, I do feel like they were a tad bit more vanilla and conservative than I would like. And that also lended to the question, is Baker hurt and we're just contracting everything to keep from putting a lot on him? But in this game, it was neither conservative or vanilla. Surprisingly, there were some interesting play designs in here, some good, some bad. And that's one of the things I want to talk about. Here's the list of stuff that I got from watching this all 22. One, Tej Johnson is the real deal, man. He's good. He's good. I like me some Tej Johnson, man. He's showing me some good stuff. Some of the things that we talked about with Tej Johnson coming into the season. What's up, Rampage? Baker's tired of carrying Todd's weight. I know, right? Tired of having to go out there and win the games every week. Tej Johnson, we talked about 1, ball security. 2, he does not like physical contact. He's changed both of those. He's definitely getting much more feisty and like going after people physically. I like it. How effective is he? Not that effective, but he's feisty, and I like that. Play calling, again, like I said, was not. What's up, Tom? The biggest problem with the offense is the O-line. I'm going to argue with you on that one. I'm going to argue with you on that one, especially in this game. I would not have argued with you previously, but I will in this game. Play calling was neither vanilla nor conservative. We had all kinds of stuff in here. That we had tosses, jet sweeps, innovative screen passes. I know a lot of people were complaining about the screen passes. I did too. There were some of them that were really crap, but there were some of them that were innovative. And there were some play designs that were really good, but there was also some play designs that were really bad. We're going to look at this because Tej Johnson, you know, he's still growing. We got to remember this guy. You know, he didn't have the experience that Liam Cohen did. Now he's better than Canales, for sure. But I think he's working up. He's working up. You know, he's learning about what he can do, what he can't do, things he should do, and things he shouldn't do, and when to do things. That's a big issue with him. In this game, Tom, this is going to what you were saying about the offensive line. Baker was rarely pressured in this game and rarely hit. I mean, very rarely hit. He was sacked, I think, 2-3 times. I can't remember. But one of them was just completely bad problem with Wirfs. Wirfs is not playing to his elite level this year. We're going to look at some of that too. Baker, with this game, and here's the aggravating thing about it. We talked about it yesterday that, you know, their offense just kind of, they had a much larger playbook than I expected. And they just executed very well. You know, the very blue collar. There wasn't really anybody that stood out other than Travion Henderson there at the end when he's fast. He's just fast. But, you know, they just kind of grinded it out. It reminds me a lot of Detroit, you know, in their first couple of years. And then, they just kind of grind you down with just not making mistakes and just playing good, executed football. And we didn't do that on our offensive side of the game. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say this with this game, and this is not a knock on the Patriots at all, but we lost this game. I'm going to show you on here. We left so much crap on the field. It was ridiculous. But we had this game. This was our game, and we lost it. And a lot of it was due to Baker Mayfield. Miscommunication, off-target throws. Let me see what I got with Baker. Miscommunicated. Oh, not seeing open receivers. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. He focused way too much on Egbuke, and didn't see a lot of stuff on the field. Now, play calling was an issue in certain aspects of the game. It was really bad at times. We're going to go over some of that. Feeney did play bad at right guard, but he kind of stiffened up towards the end of the game. But he wasn't, like I said, Mayfield wasn't pressured. He didn't get hit hardly at all in this game. Compared to, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, this was like a 3, as far as how often Mayfield was pressured or got hit. I was very surprised. I was like, what's going on here? It just didn't seem like the offensive line played that good. But we beat ourselves offensively. Very strange. This game, we almost exclusively played zone runs. It was just like we just decided, we're just going to play zone runs. I don't know why. All year long, we've been doing power. And in this game, it was all mid or inside zone. It was very strange. It worked. It was effective. If Bucky Irvin would have been in this game, we would have won. No doubt about it. Those guys were opening up some holes, man. We'll look at that too. The offensive series, we had 9 or 10 offensive series. Only 3 of them were good. The rest of them were crap. We just did not look good offensively. But to answer the question, is Baker hurt? Absolutely not. 100%. There's no question in my mind. Baker Mayfield is not hurt. Why is he not scrambling? I think the coaches have told him to, kind of reduce the scrambling a bit, but also teams are doing a very good job of keeping him kind of contained inside the pocket or coming at him when he does try to scramble, because he does try to scramble a couple times in this game and he gets shut down. But he is not hurt. I've looked at everything. I looked at his footwork, looked at his stride, his throwing motion, everything. And he is playing as good as he ever has in that aspect. Last year he really got his technique down, his foundation, everything down last year. And he kind of wobbled a little bit at the beginning of this year, but in this game, he was really, really playing well athletically. It was up here. Things weren't, I don't know what it was. Both the play calling and the execution was just not in sync, not good. And I think it was like, it was weird. It was almost like even if the Patriots wouldn't have fielded the defense, we would have lost this game, because it really wasn't anything the Patriots defense did. It was just constantly our mistakes, man. Mistake after mistake after mistake. So we'll look at all this. What's up, Rich? What's up, Molly? Number 1, 2. Tom, I don't think the wide receivers are our problem. I'm telling you, these guys are making plays out there. They're doing some stuff. I'm happy with our wide receivers. But yeah, I mean, not having them out, a lot of these guys didn't get first team reps during the preseason and stuff like that. But I don't think they were the issue. Maybe some of the miscommunication, but that was with Egbuke. Hill and Mayfield have just lost communication somewhere, somehow. Did I work on the audio? What are you talking about? Why did we play Feeney at right guard? I don't know. And then Michael Jordan came in. Bredeson got hurt in the first series, I think it was, and just left. And I didn't see the injury. I know they replayed it on the broadcast, but I was doing something at the time. I didn't see it. But on the All 22, I didn't see anything. I don't know what happened. I did not see Bredeson get hurt. Then Michael Jordan came in and he played okay. Played much better. He plays much better at left guard than he does at right guard. Feeney at right guard kind of had a tough time, but it wasn't detrimental, but in pass protection. And then Martin, he had his mistakes, but he also played pretty good at some other points. So we're gonna look at it. You'd be shocked if they beat the Bills or the Rams. I think we could beat the Bills. I wouldn't be shocked if we beat the Bills. Rams, different story. I don't think we're going to beat the Rams. If we could beat one of those two, I would prefer it to be the Rams, but I think we could beat the Bills. It's going to be tough going up there, though. It's cold up there, I heard. It got cold here yesterday. I told y'all last night. I got the freeze warning a couple hours before it got dark, or right before I got online. And so I'm out last night at halftime during the game, gathering in plants and putting wrap on the faucets and stuff like that. But yeah, it's cold now. Like today, it was like 41 degrees. And I told y'all for the whole week on our bye week, we had gorgeous weather. It was in the 70s every day. No rain. I was outside working every day. And now it's all cold, windy. Ugh. So it's going to be that way at the Bills. But I think we could beat the Bills. Rams, I don't know. But you never know with this team. This team's bipolar. Let's look at some game film. Oh, thanks, Rampage. That's a good question. Where did I get this? NFL Shop, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I figured you like that the pirate stuff. Yeah, it's long sleeve. It's kind of warm in here, though. It's 76 degrees in my office because I've been cooped up in here all day. Oh, no, man. I hope not the refs. I hope it's not the refs again. I'm tired of the refs. Refs didn't do too bad of a job in this game. There was a couple of uncalled penalties, some of them on us. Oh, another thing. I complained about slipping. I'm like, it's always us or us and the other team slipping. It's never the other team slipping. This is the first game I ever remember where the Bills slipped more than we did. We had one slip. They had about 5. This field, man. But the refs did pretty good. There was a few uncalled penalties. We saw that hold on, I think it was Tyke on that big run by Henderson, but whatever. And there was also a roughing the passer that they should have called, where the guy grabbed Mayfield after he threw the ball and slung him to the ground. I was like, and the refs were both standing there watching it. I don't know. It got down to 41. Dang, Tom, down in Florida? Are you in Florida or are you up north? McVay School Tide? Yeah, he normally does. What's up, Eric? Eric, I tell you, man, for 3 games now, I've watched all 22, specifically looking to see any injury with Baker Mayfield, and I can't see nothing. Nothing. As a matter of fact, he's playing very athletic, and there's just nothing there that I can see. If he's injured, it's impossible to tell. When he was injured with the Browns, you could see it. But I can't see anything. I mean, his throwing motion's fine. It's actually really good. His footwork is good. He's not limping anywhere. He's not, putting pressure on one side or the other. He does try to scramble in this game twice, but he gets shut down both times. All right, let's look at. Oh yeah, get your scores in too. Get your scores in. Let's not forget that this week. I got Craig's score and I got my score. I'm saying we're going to win and we're going to bust 30 points. I'm going to do 32-27. I mean, I tell you what, we left so much on the field in this game. So much on the field. We should have won this game. We beat ourselves. We lost this game. They didn't win it. And that's not taking anything away from the Patriots. I really like the Patriots offense. I think Drake May is a good quarterback. I'm not going to say elite. I'm going to say he's good. And, he's very, very calm, cool, collected. We kept punching him in the mouth, man. We hit him so many times. Never phased him. And he only really made one mistake yesterday or Sunday, and that was the interception in the end zone. We can't say that. We played like crap on offense. It was very annoying. Very annoying. Okay, here we go. This was the first touchdown. Our first series was good. We had a very good first series. And it was one of the very few series we had that were good. Our first series, our seventh series, so that's how far it went. Our second series, third series, fourth series, fifth series, and sixth series all sucked. Seventh series was pretty good. Eighth series sucked. Ninth series was good. Well, better late than never, huh? Okay, so here, $23.20 only because you're a homer. Hey, I'm with you, man. It's hard for me to pick against the Bucks. I'm horrible about it. That's why I'm so bad at these picks, because I let my emotions get the better of me. What's up, Gotti? Grizzard is a good coach. I like him. I'm not as upset with him as I was. Here's Egbuke, wide open. This was one of the few mistakes their defense made. Their defense is like their offense in that, they just played kind of blue collar football and didn't make mistakes. Nobody loafed. Everybody played hard, and they just didn't get fazed by stuff. Right here, now at first, this is definitely a coverage breakdown, because you'll see Egbuke gets wide open. This guy right here, nobody's over here. Nobody covers Egbuke at all. My first thought was, it was a zero, Gonzalez. He went man when they're supposed to be zone, and I thought, well, maybe they did split coverage. But then after deeply analyzing it, I realized, no, they're playing man coverage. And this guy right here, Marcus Moses, he plays zone. Everybody else is playing man. Did you see that linebacker slip right here? Right here. See, he backs up and slips. Whoop. So yeah, it was this guy's fault. He was playing zone, and you can look, everybody just turns their back on him. They don't say a word to him. Yeah. This is the last play of Ben Bredeson, and I don't see anything that happened to him. Now, I remember on the broadcast, I heard Troy Aikman say he did the splits or something, but I don't know when it happened. I don't see it. See, there's nothing there. There's nothing there that I see that would cause Bredeson to show injury. Right there. That was his last play, though. Next series, Michael Jordan comes in. Big Mike. And him and Wirfs don't work together very well. Or as well. Wirfs is not having a good year. And it's all fundamental stuff. It's like rookie mistakes. We talked about it. We talked about it all year. But his crossing up the legs, setting bad, just getting off balance. Okay, here we go. This is an ugly play design. This is the second play in the second series. I really like Tej Johnson's route here. He's running a wheel. And we remember we saw this with Egbuke. He did this against Detroit. This one's a little bit different though. So he runs his wheel and then he flattens out right there to the inside. Now, if you remember, Egbuke ran the wheel and then he came in. He was more rounded off. It was more like a wheel. Tej Johnson here, he runs his wheel and then he just flattens out right there and does an in at the end. So I'm going to call this route the flat tire. Get it? Because it's a wheel route and it's flat. Anyhow, flat tire. Nice. I like that route. I liked it last time we ran it. We don't do anything with it though. But this is an ugly play design. I don't like the call here. We don't recognize the blitz at all. So there's no hot routes, whatever. And if you look, everybody's downfield. There's nobody underneath. And there's no routes to take advantage of all this open space here. You know, no hot routes at all. And all the routes are long. And Egbuke here should have adjusted his route, but he never even looks around until late. This is a second down play, but I don't like the design of it. You know, for one, this guy 51, he comes in on a blitz. Now, I would have liked to have seen Egbuke recognize that and stop right there, or at least turn around. But look at this. Nobody turns around until right here. These are some long developing routes, especially when you've got a blitzer coming in free right in your face. See, Baker has absolutely nowhere to throw it to because nobody's even looking. Nobody's looking. You got this guy coming in blazing on you. Nobody's looking. And right there, they turn around. Too late. You got to move. So I did not like that. That was just like ugly. I did like 15's route though. I think we're going to do something with that later in the year. Now, how did this guy come in? It's 51. He comes in on a blitz. Right guard Dan Freeney does not see it. It's a delayed blitz, so he doesn't see it at all. 44, Sean Tucker completely misses it, and they both kind of go for the same place. The only person that sees it is Barton, and he tries to get to the guy, but he ends up running into Sean Tucker, and it ends up being three guys blocking one guy while 51 just comes in totally free. So, 67 does a good job with what he's doing. Freeney right here, or Feeney, he pulls. So, or no, who is that? Yeah, Feeney pulls. So then Tucker, he does not see, it's his job to see it. He doesn't see it. So instead he goes to help out here for no reason, just because I guess he needs something to do. He does not see 51 coming at all. Barton does see it, but then he goes to get it, blam, runs right into Tucker. So you end up with three guys right here on one, and Barton is late getting out there. So then Mayfield, he gets the ball off. He does this a couple times where he gets the ball off and guys just drop the ball. So bad play design. Nobody sees bad execution. Nobody sees the, Baker didn't see it, so he didn't call for a hot. Nobody recognized it. Buccaneers ran right by him, and nobody saw. Barton was the only one that saw him, and Barton was not able to get over there. Okay, here we go. Barton is tossed aside by 90. Christian Barrymore. And he gets the tackle, 90 does. This is the first time that anybody was beat on our offensive line. This is the second series. This is about 11 plays in. And then 88 gets beat by 44 here. Chase on. So what are we looking at? Feeney? Oh, Barton. Yeah, Barton gets beat here by 90 for the tackle. Right there. Just tosses him. Yeah, see. But other than that, plenty of hole. You know, if he could have even got here. But he had a huge hole right here. And it's a shame, too, because you got the blockers. And I think that's where he was going. He was like, oh, man. But see, it's zone blocking. It really shocked me. It's like all we ran this game was zone. Shocked the mess out of me. What is this? Mid or inside? Looks like it was going to be mid, but anyhow, he shifts back pretty quick. But then Barton gets tossed, and Guy's able to get out there on Tucker, which is a shame because if Tucker would have cut earlier, or if Barton could have just held his block, you know, he had some space out here. This bad decision by Mayfield. A lot of this during this game. This was he's just focusing on Egbuke here. Look, he never even looks anywhere else. Throws into basically triple coverage here. And unfortunately, Kate Otten was breaking open right here. This guy's freezing. He jumps the route. And, you know, if Baker would have just pump faked or anything, he would have had Otten wide open. But he ends up throwing. This should have been an interception. If 51 didn't have concrete hands, that would have been an interception. Bad decision by Baker. He focused way too much on Egbuke in this game. I don't know how many targets Egbuke had, but it was about, he should have had about half as many targets. Here we go. We got a Carlton Davis signing. And this is another bad decision, but not really a bad decision by Baker, but he throws it right here. He sidearms it because this guy's coming in. And, you know, he's covered. He's right here. It's not the best pass in the world. It's a little out in front of the guy. He doesn't really try too hard, all that good stuff. Not all that good. But here's what you want to see. Tez Johnson. Beautiful route. And he just jukes the crap out of Carlton Davis up here. Right here. Carlton Davis gets juked out so bad he falls down. So Tez was wide open. And Baker could have seen, he could have thrown this. He should have expected it, especially the way Carlton is positioned. Baker should have, you know, thrown with anticipation that Tez was going to beat him to the out here all day long. But Tez juked Carlton Davis out so bad, he just whoop. I mean, he does slip, but he got juked bad. And he's on the ground back there. But you can see this was a third down too. That's what sucked. You can see on the end zone angle that Baker definitely has right here. You can see he's got Carlton beat. Baker should have recognized it right away. You know, he knows that Tez is going for that out route, and Carlton had horrible position on it. I don't even know what Carlton was doing there. Did he have over-the-top help here? Let me see. Because he's playing like he doesn't. Let me see. Oh, it's single high. Yeah. But wait a minute. That guy's, he's got, okay, no, we got two. Yeah, he had over-the-top help. I don't know why he was playing the way he was playing. Maybe we'll say it's because it's Carlton Davis. How about that? So anyhow, that ends our second series here. You know, we had a wide open guy downfield for probably quite a bit. You know, it would have been a touchdown. You know, Tez is very agile. I don't think he would have run out of bounds on this. You know, even if Baker would have thrown a tough out way over here, Tez would have caught it and been able to stop before he went out of bounds and shot down that. He would have got quite a few yards. He probably might got tackled by the safety right here. Don't know. But Baker didn't see it. Instead, tries to underarm or sidearm this pass on a covered guy. I don't like it. But you see what's happening here? Baker is out here, and he almost like he could have scrambled, but this guy was almost spying him. You know, they did. Teams have caught on to, you know, just kind of keep somebody in front of Baker. Try to keep him contained a little bit. We'll see later, though. He does try to scramble a couple times. Okay, here we go. Uncalled penalty. This is should have been roughing the passer. You'll see Baker Mayfield boots out a little bit. Typical play. Throws it to the tight end. Now this guy, ball's out of there. Ball's out. Ball's out. This guy hits Baker for one, then grabs him and then throws him down. Watch this. Whoop. Right there. Right there. And Baker hit the ground pretty hard. I mean, he's got him by two hands here and spins him and throws him. I mean, you could see the force that he does it with. Let's watch it in real time here, and you can see. Watch these two. You know, I mean, I'm like, yeah, no, that's if you're going to have these stupid roughing the passer rules, this is roughing the passer, and this guy's looking right at it. I mean, he's actually watching it. Look, he's watching Baker get thrown to the ground here. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to call that. And again, right here, just, you know, a little off target, you know. I mean, he's having to throw high release, but not a whole lot of effort here. I'd be mad at Payne Durham if I was coach. It's like, dude, you got to at least stretch out for that crap. This is a nice run by White. He turns a loss into a gain. It's about a 7-yard gain here. Wirfs gets beat by 94, Corey Durden. And Jordan gets beat by 95. This is Tonga. This is that guy I was telling you about yesterday that they used him on offense as a fullback quite a bit. And he was just crushing Winfield. So Tonga comes in. Tonga beats... basically, these two guys get beat, and White does a really good job. See right there, you can see it. Here's Tonga. Boom. That's just mano-a-mano. Gets pushed back. You can see Wirfs getting pushed back by 94 right here. Boom. And then White runs right into him. White loves to run into the back of our guys. I don't know what that is. But then he spins out, and he ends up getting some good yardage here. Boom. Nice little block by 17. I like 17 for Shepard because he's a feisty little dude. Look at that. Bam. $15 out there blocking too. There's a couple blocks by 15 that cracked me up. Okay, here we go. 3rd and 3. This is garbage play design. This is absolutely garbage. I don't understand what they were thinking here. I've tried to figure it out. This is cover one man, okay? They ran this quite a bit. Didn't try to hide it or disguise it. So you see what you got, you get what you see. And, you know, Baker doesn't, I don't think he audibles into anything. I'm not really sure. He calls White into motion. It's a real quick motion. I think he just wanted to see, yep, yeah, okay, it's going to be man. So you got man, 3rd and 3. Right? For one, you're running 5 wide receivers, 3 by 2, or 3 receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 receivers. So it's 11 personnel, but it's a 3-by-2. So you got 5 guys on the line. You got no protection back there, right? So you're not going to run the ball. They know you're not going to run the ball, right? Except for maybe the quarterback. So what do you got to do in this situation? Well, you got to beat man coverage, right? How do you need 3 yards. So what do you want? You want a quick slant, right? Quick slant. Or, my thought was right here, this is perfect for a nice crossing route. You boop, and try and get one of these, get 2 guys open, run an out, run a slant. One of these guys are going to get open, right? I mean, it's just the one of them is going to do it, and then over here, run a quick out with one of these guys. You're just trying to get 3 yards and you're trying to beat man coverage. There's all kinds of man beater routes, mostly slants and stuff like that, crosses. Even if you want to go deep, do a deep crossing route. You got cover 1 back here. Yeah, something. We don't do any of that crap. It's almost like we run for zone coverage. I have no idea what White is doing here. No idea. Absolutely zero idea. If you watch his route, he just kind of and then stops. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what it was. He mugs with the guy for a little bit here and then kind of steps this away and then steps back that way. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. He runs a real long out. Useless. Let me see. Tez runs. Look how long it takes for this play to, good grief, that's stupid. It's just such a stupid route. Here you are. I don't even know is he decoying? I don't know. But here's what they're looking at. And then you got Otten, it runs this. Just not good at all. But here's what they were looking at. Here's what they wanted was a bouquet on this quick little whip route. That's what he was looking for. He never looked anywhere else. That's what they wanted. And Zero Gonzalez, your boy Tom, stuck to him like glue. And unfortunately, they just didn't have anything else other than this. So Baker runs, and he runs to the right. I don't know why, because all the play is over here. If you're going to run to the left, it would seem like. But he runs out to the right. Why? I don't know. He didn't need to. He's not being pressured. See? Don't know why. And then he runs the exact opposite direction that everybody's at. I think he wanted Egbuke to do something here. I don't know. So then Baker runs, and then he runs back to the right. He's like, okay. So here he is. See, I would consider this a scramble. I don't know why they didn't. Maybe it's because he got sacked inside the tackle box. But he gets sacked by 44, who gets him from behind. So absolutely crappy play call on a 3rd and 3. Look at all these routes. Look at everybody's way down here. 3rd and 3, guys. You're supposed to, that's all you got to do right here. Quick slant. Just a quick slant or a quick out. No, we got to have these long, drawn out plays, these routes. And then Baker runs to the right, scrambles to the right. Nobody's over there. And he did not need to scramble. So we got an unnecessary scramble, a bad play call. Yeah, see, the pocket's fine. There's nobody coming at him. And then he runs over into the defense. And he wanted Egbuke, is what it was. This whole play, look, he never looks anywhere else. Look at his eyes. Egbuke. Egbuke's over here. He looks over there, is looking over there, looking over there, looking over there, still looking over there. And then he's still looking over there. And then he gets and a horrible play call. Absolutely garbage. And not very good decision on Baker Mayfield's part. Okay, so that's 2 series now that have been garbage. 1 series was good. 2 series garbage. Now we're into our 3rd series. First series of the 2nd quarter. Tristan Wirfs and Jordan do not do a good job here. They kind of fail on their blocks. Hey, I look over, all I see is Tom. Hey, Kate, what's up? Dino, what's going on, bro? Okay, Tristan and Jordan fail on their blocks here. 88. Okay, so we'll say power run. You know, the 88 lead blocker. Boom. For some reason, he comes in, decides to destroy 91. So you got two tight ends. 91 just gets laid out here. Booyah! I love it. I don't know why he did that. Why Otten did that, because, I mean, you know, he's kind of already locked up. And it leaves 25 wide open. Otten's supposed to come in, you know, and clear this hole out. So, but he goes, and 91 just goes right through, untouched. But luckily for us, he doesn't get there. He dives, but 44 is able to cut back. Barton has a nice block here, second level block, and yeah, on 51 right here, nice block, and he carries this through all the way to the sideline. Look at this, look at that. I love it. Oh man, that's good blocking there. But Wirfs totally misses on 14, or he doesn't hold 14. So you see 14 and who is that, 97? They're open, and it's because Wirfs does not get 14, and Jordan gets beat by 97. So they're able to come in, make the tackle. But Bart's doing his part, man. He just, I love that. Barton was playing pretty tough this game. He had some mess ups, but he also had some like hero plays, you know. Here's another 3rd and 2. Now this one's aggravating in 2. This is, if you look at the defense, what do you see here? The same defense. Cover 1, man underneath. Same defense. They're not hiding it. They're not hiding it. What do we run? The same offense. And we tried to do whip route again with Egbuke on Gonzalez. Same exact thing. This time he throws it off target. Egbuke can't get it. I was like, what in the world are we doing here? Only difference between this one and the last one is we didn't put White out on the line. You know, we didn't put him out here for a 3-by-2, and we kept him in the backfield. And because of that, he gets open. He's wide open on this play. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. First down. That would have been a first down. But nope. Baker is so focused on Egbuke and this stupid route. It's infuriating. We had a slip, too. Who was it that slipped? But yeah, same exact defense. We play the same exact offense. Same exact results. Oh, no, this one's going to drive me crazy, right? I'm surprised I didn't. Yeah, not only is wide open, check this out. Oh, this is going to drive me crazy. A lot of this in this game. We've seen enough of it already, but K. Dotton, remember, this is a 3rd and 2. K. Dotton runs the same exact route he ran last time, right? A quick little in. This time, his guy falls down right here. He's wide open. He is wide open. So we got 2 guys wide open, right? We're going to throw it to this guy who, even if he would have caught the ball, it's not a first down. First down marker's right here. Even if he would have caught this. Mayfield was so focused on getting Egbuke the ball in this game that he was blind to everything else. I'm telling you, we left a lot on this field. A lot. I mean, look at this. Look how open he is. There's nobody here. Nobody. And look at his frustration. He's like, oh. I'm telling you guys, we lost this game. They didn't win. We lost it. Okay, this one is just bad blocking all the way around. I had to show this one because everybody's just horrible at blocking on this one. It's bad football. We're on our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th series now, and only one of them has been decent. Let's go back. We gotta say Egbuke blocking here. Here's Egbuke, right? He's supposed to down block on was that 93? Yeah, he decides he's just not going to do it. He just I'm just not even going to try. I can't tell if he holds the guy right here or not. It looks like he does because the guy kind of yanks him up in the air. But from the other angle, you'll see everybody just blocks horribly on this one. Worse, Jordan, Otten comes across. Where is Otten at? Yeah, here comes Otten. Otten, no, doesn't block anybody. Worfs. He, gosh, need to put a marker down so I don't have to rewind so far. Look at this. Well, I guess Worfs doesn't do too bad there. He does get on 51. Jordan can't get on 97. 97 breaks free. Here's Egbuke deciding he's just not going to block 33 at all. You know what he's doing there? He's like, I don't want to touch you. And that's a toss too. Toss sweep to the outside, which is a nice play. I like. We were on quite a few toss sweeps in this game. A lot of sweeps in this game, but we don't. We did not execute that one very well. This one, Wirfs gets pushed back by 44. Chase on this guy, and again, it's just bad. I mean, I don't know what Wirfs is doing. I really don't. Okay, right here, 1, puts his hands out way too early. 2, crosses up right here. Oh my God, what are you doing, Wirfs? And then that's it. There's no recovering from this at all. You can't. You know, this guy gets him. He surprised Wirfs. I think Wirfs expected him to go to the outside. And then Wirfs, as soon as he put his arm down right there, this guy just sticks his arm right in Wirfs' right shoulder and then pushes. And it's done. He's done. Wirfs, there's nothing he can do. Gets pushed back right into Mayfield. Like, Wirfs, man, what has happened to your technique, man? Never gets set, crosses up, shoots way too early. I don't know, man. Something's going on with him. I don't know if it's a mental thing. Okay, here is this is very much what our offense is predicated on. These plays. We got 3 deep routes going. Don't look at this. Look at this. Look at these routes. It's pretty. He's open. He is open and most likely for a touchdown. I really wish Baker would have hit him, but guess who he's going for? He's going for Egbuke. I mean, with anticipation, if Baker would have hit this, it would have been a deep one. But this is what our offense is predicated on, setting up these type of plays. We had nothing underneath. Completely flummoxed their defense there. They couldn't stop all three of those guys. Almost a 4 verts. Not quite, though. Same concept, though. We'll call it a 3 verts. How about that? Okay, here we go. Another ugly, ugly play design. This was a screen to white, and it's funky screen. You know, normally you would try to get him out in the flats, right? Get him out behind a blocker or something like that. No, he goes out there, right? He runs out there, but then he stops and cuts back into this mess. And this is designed that way. It's designed that way. I don't like it. I think it's very ugly. And he's really basically running back into coverage. And as soon as he catches the ball, he's smoked. What's up, Steven? Yeah, I don't know why Baker was focused on Egbuka so much in this game, but he left a lot on the field because of it. And even then, when he did connect with Egbuka would either drop the ball or they had miscommunication. So that was just an ugly. I get Grizz trying stuff like this out. You know, it doesn't bother me. This could have been a disaster, though. We did end up losing, I think, 4 yards on it. You don't want to do that in a red zone, you know. And the bad thing about this is there's no other options. You know, we don't have anywhere else for him to go. As you see, decoy, he's not even looking. These guys are just trying to bring these guys out over here. Nobody's looking. Look, he's not looking. He's blocking. There's nowhere for Baker to go except right here. I don't like that. To me, it's a waste of resources and manpower. You know, have something set up over here too, just in case. Just in case you see like this guy who comes blazing down immediately, recognizing what's going on. You can go, oh, okay, that's probably not a good idea. I'm going to throw it somewhere else. So, not a big fan of that play design. And then here we go, a 3rd and 11. This play I don't mind so much, but I do mind it here for 3rd and 11. I get what he's trying to do. And at least this time he had options. You know, you got a little screen set up on the other side, but it's probably more of a decoy too. But you got guys out here blocking, blocker. So it's really, you know, this got to work right. He throws it here, very close to the line. Otten goes in, gets a little chip block there. These guys fake block for a little while, then they shoot out. Everybody shoots out. Now he's got a great train of elephants in front of him. Problem is he doesn't follow his blockers. He cuts this away and just gets squished. Now, looking at it from the end zone angle, you can see why he cuts that away. But, you know, I'm like, man, you try to get behind them elephants, man. You know, they're there for a reason. Yeah. With Baker shoulder injury with the Browns, you could tell his play style was totally changed. You know, he got very frantic, and his throwing motion changed and all that. He's not doing that this year. I don't think he's hurt. I really don't. I don't like this throw. I don't know why he throws off platform with bad form there, but anyhow, right here, you know, you want to get behind your elephants, right? You got 1, 2. This guy's blocking. I think there's another one out here. There's somebody blocking out here. Okay, Tez blocking out here. So you want to get behind them. But instead, he shoots this away. And the reason why he did it, I think, one, he's not a running back, so he's not very good at reading cues. But He's just worried about this guy. He's not worried. He doesn't think this guy's got that block. He just makes a wrong choice. Whether he would have made the 11 yards the other way, you know, getting behind his blockers out here, I don't know. But I think he would have had a better chance. Not a fan of the play, especially not there. And what I don't like about it, but same as with the other screen play we showed, is there's no other options. You know, everybody else is either a decoy or a blocker. And I'm like, why have decoys on the other side of the field? Have them doing something too, so just in case you decide they're a better option, you could throw it over there. To me, it's just kind of a waste of manpower. Okay, here we go. We got a miscommunication with Baker and Egbuke. We are on our sixth series, and we've only had one good series so far. I'm telling you, man, we lost this game. They didn't win it. We lost it. All right, right here. He throws it, yes, to Egbuke. And miscommunication. I don't know who's at fault here. If he would have thrown with anticipation, he could have hit this. But he wanted Egbuke. He wanted Egbuke. And he knows Egbuke is going to, was he a stop, comeback? Long curl, something. I don't know what he's trying to do there. Comeback route, it looks like. But Egbuke, to me, it looks like Egbuke starts to go out instead of come back. So I think this is Egbuke's fault. You can see he's throwing the ball's in the air. He knows where Egbuke is supposed to be, which is right here. Egbuke stops and then goes this way. Don't know why. And the ball lands right in front of him. You know, if he would have just turned and came back like he was supposed to, I think he would have caught him. Anyhow, miscommunication on their part. And, you know, it's like, don't be so focused on Egbuke, man. You had an open guy right underneath him. You know? Here's one. This is a nice, we had a lot of this. Like I said, for some reason we played zone run a lot in this game, like probably 80%, whereas we've been playing 90% power all year. It was very strange. It was kind of shocking. But anyhow, look at this nice little hole. Boop! Look at that. Look at that. He doesn't get touched till he's 10 yards down the field. This happened a lot. This happened a lot in this game where they opened some beautiful holes. All through zone, too. Weird. It was weird. It was like Grizzard just decided, okay, this week we're just going to do zone blocking, zone running. Okay, this one, I was watching it, and as I was watching it, I was like, oh my gosh, he's got Sterling Shepard wide open. Right here. I was like, oh my gosh, hit it, hit it. And then I looked and I was like, oh, he's already thrown the ball. He's got this. And man, I do not know what happened here. I have looked at this from so many different angles. And I think Sterling just, I don't know, man. It's like right here, he turns around and he doesn't realize the ball's in the air, right? Right there. And then he's looking for the ball. And then right here, he sees it. And then he tries to adjust and he's just a little late getting there. But he runs too straight. He should have curved towards the end, especially, you know, Baker's going to throw it over here to get away from the safety, you know, lead him that way. And unfortunately, Shepard goes this way too much before he curves. He's still right here at the end. I don't know why he doesn't put his arms out and try for the ball. And I thought that during the broadcast too. And we're going to look at it from the end zone. And I still feel like this ball was catchable. It was in range. But for some reason, and you'll see this, Shepard actually pulls his arms in. Now, we saw this with, and as you can see, Baker's got all day back there. He just was not pressured a lot or hit much in this game at all. But watch Shepard's arms right here. Okay. He goes right there. You're like, okay, stick your arms out. And then he pulls his arms into his chest. I don't understand that. I don't know. I've looked at this as from all the angles I could look at. I just don't understand what happened there. Just bad adjustment on his part. But he was open. He was open. I don't even want to say that was a bad ball by Baker. I think it was a good ball. Like Shepard was late seeing it, didn't adjust in time. Here's a nice one. Wirfs playing hard on this one. Okay, here we go. Boom. We're playing power on this run. Tight ends coming in. Boom. You got this guy. Boom. Somebody needs to block 14. Guess who's going to do it? Wirfs is going to do it. Wirfs comes out. He chips. That's his guy. That's his responsibility. This guy here, 17 or 14. But he's a little far off. So what's he do? He lays out, man. Look at him. He's laid out. Just gets a hand on his hip, just enough to open up that huge hole. And then, boom, off. I like that by Wirfs. I was like, there you go. That's how you do it. Don't give up, man. This is a beautiful play design. I love this. To Otten right there, right in that seam. But look how this works out. Look how he does this. We've been running these screens, right? So here we go. Screen pass to Egbuke, right? That's what it looks like. Otten's going to come. Otten's going to come block this guy. Egbuke shows, and you can see Mayfield's looking at Egbuke. Look, Otten acts like he's going to go block, and then nope. And then beautiful play, beautiful play. I love that. That's exciting stuff right there. That's kind of stuff. And, you know, I probably wouldn't have liked it if it didn't work. Maybe that's why I didn't like the other two plays. This is a nice jet sweep, 19. He gets it. Nobody realizes he has the ball until he is on the outside. Great execution here. Just turns around quickly, hands the ball off. Look, he doesn't realize it until he's right there is when he realizes it. Like, oh, crap. This guy still doesn't know. He's still looking on the inside. He thinks that he's got it. See, these guys, they all think. They're all looking at 7. He's in man coverage. So 19's his guy. But instead of running across here, he runs way out here. But yeah, real quick handoff here. This is a really nice executed jet sweep. And you got good blocking out here, 17. Gets a little extra yardage. 17's a little feisty, man. Been nice if Cameron Johnson could have juked out that one guy, but we'll take it. So here we are. We are in fourth quarter. That was third quarter. That was our good series. I think this one ended on a Tej Johnson touchdown. Let's see. Yeah, we really needed. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, this is the 2-point conversion, which was really nice. I liked this play. I think Egbuke just kind of got a little freaked out. I think he should have kept going this way, you know, but he tried to come in. He saw that Baker was covered, so he's like, I got to do it my own, do it myself. And again, I wish they would have had more options here because he didn't really have much to do. You know, it was either Baker or bust. but nobody else is doing anything. They're just kind of standing there watching it. But I did like the play. I like the concept. That was for the 2-point conversion. The play before it, I'm pretty sure it was, what is this? Touchdown. To Tez Johnson. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Tez got 2 touchdowns. The second one was a complete dart. We'll look at that here in a bit. Okay, here we go. 3rd down. We hurry up, right? We're showing we're showing 2 in the backfield. So, they got to worry about the run. And then, boom, we bust out. K. Otton's wide open. And the reason why he's wide open is because Sterling Shepard absolutely laid out his coverage guy in a crossing pick. And then you saw all the flags come in. I think this was a 4th down. But right here. Which, I have an issue with this because we've seen receivers lay our guys out and our guys get called for the penalty. Why isn't that the case here? Don't know. But even without that, he had Rachaad White wide open. Look at White. White is like, throw it to me. I have a touchdown. Baker never saw him. But it would have been called back anyhow. That would have been very frustrating. Okay, here we go. This is a sack on Baker Mayfield, and Wirfs gives it up. And this was absolutely atrocious by Wirfs. I don't know what he's doing here. I can't explain it. He's completely bad technique all the way around. For one, he short sets right here. He like one hops out here, and then he kind of tries to bear hug. He's trying to avoid getting his hands knocked down, and then this guy just hooks and goes around him because immediately Wirfs, what's he do? He crosses his legs. Look at this, immediately, and that's it. It's over with. You're done. Once you do that, you're done. I don't know what he's doing. But why? I'm thinking he might have got the wrong play or something. I don't know why he would set so short here when this is basically a 7-step drop. It's a 5-step in shotgun, so that's a 7-step with play action. So there's a delay. So you gotta protect this outside, man. You gotta get out here. I don't know what's he doing. Why is he over here? And look, he's basically at the line of scrimmage. He never leaves the line of scrimmage. I don't know. And then immediately crosses his legs. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Maybe his knee is hurting. And he's just trying to not put weight on it. But that's one of the few times Baker just had pressure. And one of the few times he gets hit. Okay, here we go. This one is absolute crap. I don't know what this play was. Why? It's bad play calling. Bad play calling. This is a 3rd and 9. All right, 3rd and 9. So you got to get out here. What do? Screen pass. But we throw it to a guy who has absolutely no blockers. Who is that? Is that Shepard? Looks like Shepard. Yeah. No blockers. Nothing. So you're dependent on him being able to juke this guy out as he's catching the pass on a 3rd and 9. I'm like, now these guys are trying to get out here. And I guess maybe Shepard is supposed to come back and get behind them. But that's just, This is ridiculous. It's just silly. That's a silly, silly play in a very important part of the game. I can understand you're going to try these things on 1st and 10, just try. Let's see how these plays will work, but you don't do crap like this on a 3rd and 9 when you're behind in a game and you're trying to come back and win. Just a bad play design. I don't get it. And you can see, these guys are trying to pull, they're decoying. They're trying to pull guys away. These guys are trying to get over here and block. He probably is too, but he's engaged. And it's too much. He can't do it. Can't do it. You're asking him to do too much. So here we are, late in the game. This is a 4th down. And we go for it. And Jordan gets beat on a stunt here. And Wirfs, he hands his guy off to Wirfs right here. But Wirfs doesn't take his guy. I don't know. I don't know what Wirfs is. I don't know what he's doing. I really don't. Wirfs sees this guy, the little guy. That's White's guy. And for some reason, Wirfs lets this guy go right here, just lets him go. And he goes, I don't know. Wirfs, man. What's going on? But anyhow, Jordan's late getting, he doesn't get over in time for this stunt. And Baker has to try to get out of the way. Can't do it. Too many people there. And then he pulls that little miraculous thing. This was amazing to me. He just puts it in his right hand, pulls his feet out from all this mess here, and then just tosses it to White, who miraculously catches it in complete shock, but unfortunately can't get the first down. We actually lost yardage on that play. Okay, so last drive was pretty good. So we've had 2 good drives. The first series was okay, was good. The 7th series was good. Last drive, good. This is 1st and 10, 4th quarter, 1 minute and 31 seconds left. 28-16 is the score. 28-16, 1 minute and 31 seconds left. Baker throws it to the check down. That's White. And White gets the first down, runs a lot of time off the clock. But what it would have been nice if we could have got a touchdown here, right? Could have got a touchdown here. It's 1 minute and 31 seconds. That would have left us with 1 minute and 20, say 11 seconds were run off the clock. And then we got, a chance to stop them. I'm not sure what our timeout situation was here. But anyhow, we would have had a better chance. Well, guess what Baker didn't see? Tej Johnson, wide ass open for a touchdown. Screaming. He is screaming. He's just yelling back here. He's like, I'm open, I'm open. This safety does recognize it, and he might would have caught him. But look, what is Baker looking at? He's looking at Egbuke, I guarantee you. And then he turns and does the check down. Oh, it's so disappointing. Look at this. He's gone. He's gone. I think he would outrun this dude if Baker would have just bombed it. He definitely would have got us downfield. That's for sure. So that's aggravating. And then here's a nice one by Wirfs. Here we go. Here's an old school Wirfs that we like to see. Nice power swipe. Just takes the guy. Booyah! Love it. Gosh, I love it. Worse actually helped 2 people up during this game. I really wish he would have pancaked this guy. It's just too nice. He's just too nice. And then this play, absolutely loved this. This is amazing elite level stuff here. You got, I like all the routes. They do a good job of shutting a lot of stuff down though. But then Baker is just like, I'm going to do it. Throws an absolute dart, and Johnson just snags it like his hands are made of Velcro. And if you look at it from this angle, it's much more impressive. This is a complete dart. This is a laser. Look at this. I mean, there's no room for error there. Boop. I mean, here's this guy's hand. Here's the ball. Boop. That was beautiful. So there we go. That's the game. And as you can see, we left a lot on the field. There was some bad play calling, miscommunication, dropped passes, a lot of open receivers that Mayfield just did not even look at. And our run game was good. You know, we were opening some holes. I didn't show all that, but there was quite a few open holes for our guys. If Bucky Irvin would have been in this game, we would have won. Pretty sure. Because he would have exploded. I was not too impressed with the Patriots defense. I was more impressed with their offense. They didn't play bad, but they were just meh. They were okay. I mean, we were all over top of them. Like I said, Baker Mayfield rarely pressured. It rarely hit compared to how much Baker Mayfield normally gets hit. But we could have won this game. This game was in our hands 100%. We just did not play well on offense. And by we, I mean basically Baker Mayfield. And the play calling. There was some crappy play calls there. Just bad play designs. And some of the designs were nice, but I wish we wouldn't have done them in crucial down and distances. But some of them were just absolute garbage. Some of them didn't make any sense. So Grizz has got to get that. He's got to get better at that. But the good thing about it, here's the good thing about it, and this is kind of exciting, is we're a pretty good football team. You know, I'm watching this. I'm like, holy crap, we are getting guys open quite consistently. And, you know, we got guys juking guys out, making them slip, making Carlton Davis look foolish out there. Tez, I love that move by Tez. And, you know, our run game looked good. We weren't clicking, you know. Baker was way too focused on Egbuke, and then he wasn't reading the field well. But I will say I would bet a lot of money he has no injuries. You know, there was a couple times where he tried to scramble and he just got tackled from behind generally. But I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot more confidence in our team after watching this, mainly because we had so many open receivers, you know. And I like some of the play designs. I just don't like when we did them, you know. I do like Grizzard doing a lot of different stuff though, which was weird. A lot of this I didn't see, like the K. Dotton stuff. The fake screen with the K-Dot, and I really liked that play. That was really nice. Didn't see that on the broadcast because you can't see out there. You know, to me, it just looked like, you know, Cade getting in a seam and boom. You know, you're like, okay, good play. But that was a nice play. So, you know, I'm kind of excited. after watching this. And I was like, man, if we could have hit on just half of that stuff, we would have destroyed these people. All right, what do y'all say? 1914 Bucks, zebra. Very good, very good. I'm gonna have to go back and look at all this. Yeah, that touchdown pass to Tez was a work of art, man. That was a cruise missile. He just didn't care. He was just like, gone. I'm throwing this. And Tez wasn't shook at all. He just grabbed it and, yeah. No, Baker's not hurt. That would be my expert opinion as a medical doctor. Yeah, all right, Rampage. I like these politics. These are good. These are the good politics. You had section 309 lined up with the 50-yard line. Almost exact all 22 view. What were our seats, Rampage? Do you remember what section we were in? We were about at the 50. We were close. We had good viewing angle. Is Grizzard the biggest single reason we lost? I would say no. He's 1B. I think it was 1A, 1B. 1A was Baker. Just focusing way too much on Egbuke, not reading the field. He left a lot out there on the field. Very close to him, though, was Grizzard's play calling. Very strange. I don't know why we ran so much zone after doing power all year. This is by far the most zone run blocking we did. And it was all mid and inside. We didn't do any outside zone. No, it's very strange. It was a very strange play calling. I don't know why he isn't running the ball either, Kay. Because he's going to look at this game film and he's going to look and he's going to be like, man, we had some huge holes. Maybe we should start running more. I mean, would we have 19 runs? 17? I need to look it up. We didn't have a lot. We didn't break 20, which, come on, man. We were doing okay. Yeah, it might be because the O-line is beat up. We had 2 new guards in there. Yeah, got it. Yeah, we should have won this game. Yeah. I was aggravated after the game. Of course, you usually are when you lose, but I felt that we played way too conservative, that we, giving up those big plays on defense just aggravated the crap out of me. And then watching the defense on the all 22, I was like, wow, Patriots offense is pretty good. But watching our offense, I'm like, no, we should have won this game. There's no doubt in my mind. We were the better team. We just didn't. We beat ourselves. Dropped passes, miscommunication, funky, dumb play calls at crucial moments, not reading the field. Wasn't a whole lot that the Patriots did to beat us. I do like Patriots offense. I think they're a very well-oiled machine. They remind me a lot of Detroit during Campbell's first year. Just very oiled, executing very well, not making mistakes, not getting flustered. And that's a big thing too. Everybody's playing all the way through the whistle, to the echo of the whistle. There's no loafers. There's no people just standing around watching the play happen. Like we had that happen with us quite a bit of time. Like when Baker threw the ball to White on that one play, there was like 3 offensive players just standing there watching Baker Mayfield get clobbered. We had that quite a bit in this game. It was kind of annoying. Our guys watching the play unfold. You didn't see that with the Patriots. You know, everybody was active. Everybody was putting hands on somebody. And they were doing little things, you know. I think I pointed out yesterday a couple of times where, and the little things made a difference. You know, like that little nudge on David caused him to, you know, just kind of get off balance just a little bit, to not be able to get outside to stop Henderson for that big run at the end that sealed the deal. It was just a little nudge. I was like, gosh, that's such a big thing to, it matters a lot, but you don't think about it, you know, just little pushes here and there. Gotti's going to get us all a game ball. He's going to the Cardinals game in the third row behind the end zone. Maybe, oh no, Evans won't be back. Maybe you'll get a game ball from Buke or Tez. I like Tez. Tez is the real deal, y'all. Tez is the real deal. Oh, I wanted to show y'all some of his blocking. He was cracking me up with his blocking. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Tez Johnson. Tez Johnson. I mean, he's, what does he weigh? 140 pounds, something like that? Okay, you'll see him. I got quite a few. I'm going to have to find them, though, because I didn't mark them for viewing. He comes flying in out of the side here and blocks 31, I guess is his number. Anyhow, that guy back there, here he comes. Here comes Tez, right? All 140 pounds of him. He comes in. He's tough. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Boom! Oh, he gets laid out. He gets laid out. I mean, whoever this guy is, 31. I don't know if he gets him by the helmet or whatever, but he's got him bent over backwards, and then this guy comes over and slams into him. So that's funny. Let me go through and show you some more Tez blocking. But I mean, he's out there. He's doing it, you know. Here's a nice blitz pickup. There's all kinds of stuff I could show. The stuff I marked for viewing. Look at this. That's a nice blitz pickup, everybody. That's one thing I say about Rachaad White. He is so good at pass protection. They didn't blitz a whole lot in this game. But when they did, we were pretty good at picking it up. Look at that. Nice one. Boop. Look at that. Egbuke. All right. Oh, here we go. Here's another Tez Johnson blocking. Let's keep an eye on it. Let's see this one. What happens? Right there. Oh, I love it. Right. I mean, he's a tough little dude, though. He launches himself backwards at 7. Barely phases 7, but, you know, at least he's out there doing it. Here he is. Here he is. Right here. I mean, he launches into 7. Puts his feet down, springs back. Boom. 7, like, grabs him around the waist. Didn't phase him at all. But I like it, though, because, you know, it was one of my issues I had with Tez Johnson was his lack of physicality, you know, his avoiding contact. And then, you know, here for the past few games, he's getting that Sterling Shepard grittiness in him. He's out there just going to town, blocking people. What was Ben Bredeson's injury? Did they say? Was it hamstring? Here's another one. This is a zone blocking inside, but look at this hole. And he ends up running into his own guy. I'm telling you, man, if Bucky would have been in this game, it would have been game over. Our guys were making some holes, though, man. Anyhow. The good thing about it is I really, 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 really liked how angry the defense got at the end of that game. I mean, they were pissed because they felt like they shouldn't have been giving up those yardage. They felt like they were the better team. That's what I took from that. And Levante David was furious. He was playing like a what are those things? A honey badger. Yeah, a honey badger. And I loved it. I loved it. And then, you watch the press conference after the game, both Todd Bowles and Baker were a little PO'd. And that's good. That's good because we should have won this game. No doubt in my mind, we should have won this game. And I'm not saying that as a homer. I'm saying that watching the game film, we left so much on the field offensively. Which is exciting. I'm like, good. Maybe Baker will start looking around the field instead of focusing on Ekbuke. There are other guys out there. And definitely want to see Grizz lock down his play calling a little bit, On 3rd and 9, don't throw the ball to an outside receiver with no blockers. It's just not going to work, most likely. It would be a miracle if it did. 100% taking a linebacker next draft. Yeah, we're going to have to, right? I don't think Levante is going to play anymore. Joe, what's up, man? I think we're going to be mad too. I'm picking the Bucks. I think we can do it. I definitely think we got the team to do it. Now, whether we're going to be able to show up, different story. But Bills are looking. That Thursday night against who was it? Pittsburgh. They looked absolutely horrible, and I thought the way they were playing defensively, I thought, oh no, man, there's locker room issues here. And then watching the game Sunday, who'd they play? Miami, I think it was. I thought the same thing. I was like, oh man, there's locker room issues here. There's guys out there not trying. So hopefully we'll get that version of Buffalo. Yeah, I tell you, I think it's impossible to pick what Lake is going to pick in the draft, unless you know these guys' personality, because it seems like that's what he's focusing on. Sonny Styles, I'll have to check him out. I don't think an edge would help us. I don't care who we got. I think we could get Max Crosby. We could get Micah Parsons. We could get it. It wouldn't matter, And I think I said this last year because our secondary is just giving up too much crap. Same issue we had last year. We get pressure on the quarterback. He could be on his back foot, fall into the ground, and just throw up a duck, and an open receiver is going to catch it. Unless we catch him by surprise, and we come blindside him to where he can't get the ball off. That's the only way I could see where an edge would help us any. Oh, Yaya had a pretty good game. Logan Hall had a good game. What? What? I never thought I'd say that in my life. Grizz's performance was not good. He had some innovative play calls. I did like that. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. I think he called bad plays at bad times. That would be, and some of them were just really bad play designs. But a lot of them just didn't fit the situation. I do like his innovation, though. He's being innovative, which is something I didn't see watching the broadcast. He's actually doing a lot of things that I like, but he's doing them at the wrong times. Oh man, I don't know how much of it is the young guns in the secondary as much as it is the scheme. There's way, way, way too many times. And we talked about this for years here. Too many times, we're blitzing or we're getting pressure with our front guys on a 3rd and 4 or, 3rd and 5, whatever. And we're playing 10 yards off the ball in the secondary. It doesn't make any sense defensively. You can't, I don't care how good you are, you can't overcome that. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, how many times have we screamed here? What are we doing? We're giving up everything up. We're giving up a first down, but yet we're blitzing. We'll blitz and we'll play soft coverage. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't know, like Benjamin Morrison, on the broadcast, I thought he had a really bad game, but then watching all 22, he didn't really have that bad a game. He gave up one play. The first one he gave up, I don't think was necessarily his fault because Tyke Smith backed into him and kind of didn't physically bump him off the route, but got in the route, got in the way to make Benjamin have to adjust his coverage. The one time he did get beat, though. Just flat out got beat across the middle. So I'm not going to blame the skill of the guys as much as I am blaming the scheme. Don't like it. Yes, 100% Rampage. Yeah, that's what Todd Bowles cares more about is setting the edge and coverage with our outside linebackers. That's the guy we got who ended up getting hurt in training camp. Yeah, I can't remember. He was from Arkansas. When I was watching game film of him in college, and he was lining up, covering wide receivers on the outside, I was like, that's why we drafted him, for his coverage abilities. And he was doing man coverage on wide receivers as an outside linebacker. I was like, what? But that's why we got him, for his coverage skills. But yeah, you're 100% right. Todd does not value pressure from our outside linebackers as much as he does setting the edge and their coverage skills. Yeah, Light is not the best. He's not shown a good, and I don't know how much of it is Light, how much of it is Todd Bowles, with his input on the drafting, but yeah. I bet Molly's going crazy. She can't stand it when Bucs fans start talking about the draft and like before November. Man, hopefully, Rampage, hopefully this is the year. This is the year we can get past the divisional round. Oh, man. But why do we have to have games like this, I mean, it's good that you watch it and you go, oh, we were the better team. We just beat ourselves. We lost this game. They didn't beat us. We lost this game. That's a good feeling. But at the same time, it's aggravating because you're like, are we going to do this often, where we got wide open holes for our runners? We got good run blocking, we got good pass protection, we got open guys downfield, and our offensive coordinator is calling stupid screens on 3rd and 9, or Mayfield's trying to throw it to Egbuke in triple coverage. You know, like, is that what our season's going to be like? But Tej Johnson, though, he's the real deal, man. I like him. JTS Braswell. Is JTS in the league? Is he playing anywhere? Let me see. I'm looking. Cincinnati. Does he have any stats? No. He's only played in one game. He's got one tackle, and it was a combo tackle. Wow. Oh, that was with Chicago. Wait, who's he with? Chicago? Oh, he's with Chicago now. Yeah, okay. He started off with Cleveland. Now he's with Chicago. They traded him last week. I've been busy, guys. I haven't been able to keep up with the news the way I should have. For a 7th round pick. They swapped a 7th round pick to the Bears for a 6th round pick. So, man, ugh. Eesh. So he was the big trade for the Bears. Yeah. Did he miss a bunch of easy completions? He did have some off-target throws, yes. I counted 3. But the biggest issue was he didn't see open receivers downfield. We had a ton of those. Ton of them. Very annoying. We got some good receivers, guys. They're getting open, and Grizz is getting them open. But Mayfield was just not seeing them, man. He was laser focused on getting Egbuke the ball. Maybe he's playing fantasy football. And he's like me. He's got Egbuke. So I was happy about Egbuke. I've got both Egbuke and Tej Johnson. So in my money league. So I ended up winning this week. I was very happy about that, but I wish the Buccaneers would have won the game. We got to coach it better and play it better. Yeah. That's it. That's the solution. Actually, Rampage, in this case, I would say that was the case. More so, play it better. You know, if Baker would have just seen some of those downfield throws, we would have won this game. God, we had so many open receivers downfield that he just never saw. That's a good thing and a bad thing, because we know Baker can read the field. You know, he did that. Remember, he did that with Evans. Was it last year or the year before? I think it was the year before, where he just focused on Evans, trying to get Evans that 1,000-yard thing, and it was very annoying. But Baker's usually pretty good at reading the field, but he didn't in this game, not at all. Yes, 100%, Pat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Mike is in the game, he'll focus on Mike a lot. And when Mike, it must have been last year, there was like a 5-game series where Baker just threw it to Mike way too much and just ignored everybody else. It was a little frustrating. Yeah, he was staring at Egbuke in this game. He just focused on Egbuke 80% of the time. Buzzard offense and toilet bowls defense. Yeah. Bowles' defense, man, get very, very annoying, very aggravating at times, most of the times. But Grizz did have some really boneheaded play calls in this game that cost us series. I'd say 3 series that I could think of off the top of my head were ended because of boneheaded play calls by Grizzard. But he did have some nice stuff going on here. And he's just going to get better. I mean, y'all got to remember, this is his first year play calling. Liam Cohen had play calling experience, with the Rams and college, right? I don't think Grizz has ever had any play calling experience. So got to give the guy a little bit of slack. I mean, we're setting good. We're 6-3. Injury wise, we're starting to heal up a little bit. I'd like to know what was wrong with Ben Bredeson. Although honestly, I think Bredeson and Jordan are kind of interchangeable at left guard. At right guard, no. Michael Jordan stank to join up at right guard. But so I'm not really worried about that. Feeney at right guard had some issues there, but I don't know why we're rotating so many people out at right guard, but I guess we're trying to figure out who's going to be the guy at right guard. It was nice to have Gedeke back. Didn't have any issues with Gedeke. There wasn't a single play where I was like, Gedeke, what are you doing? He locked his side down. But our run blocker was pretty good. Our pass protection was good. I was not disappointed in our offensive line play. I was disappointed in Wirfs. I don't know what's going on with him. But still, Wirfs at 60% is still better than most left tackles, better than most left tackles we've had in a long time. So I'm not too worried about it. No, I don't think he's hurt at all. I don't think he's hurt at all. I mean, you see some of the stuff he was doing here, getting out of pressure, scrambling around, like when he scrambled to the right and then realized real quick that was a dumb move because nobody was over there. And then he went back to scramble to the left, and then he was going to take off and ended up getting shoestring tackled by 44. And then that one with Rashad White, where he was getting a hit from all different directions and then popped out of the pile and threw the ball over. He doesn't look hurt to me at all. His throwing motion's good. He's setting his feet right. I'm not seeing him pre-snap or post-snap limping or nothing, or holding his arm funny or his shoulder. Don't know. I would bet money that he's not hurt. Yeah. Gedeke played real good in this game. He's the only one on the line that didn't have any negative plays. And most everybody played pretty good. I think Barton had good plays and bad plays. Feeney struggled, but it didn't really hurt us too bad. Jordan and Wirfs were really the worst ones. And I don't know what's going on with them. But they weren't horrible. So, all right, guys, I got to get off here. Dinner is ready, and I'm starving. Y'all know the rules. So get your score predictions in. Don't know if I'm going to be live streaming anymore this week. I probably will get one in for the Bills game. But just hit the notification, hit that little flag bell thing so you'll know when I get online. I want to try to get a long form video out. I haven't done any in forever. So I want to do some on this. I wanted to do some on the Detroit game, but y'all know how I am. Anyhow, I got to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Get your score predictions in. Leave them in the comments. And till next time, go Bucs.